it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Jaime Jerrels, and I'm currently the Director of Agricultural Policy at Florida Farm Bureau. My current office is in Gainesville at our state office, but we do have locations in every county in the state of Florida through our County Farm Bureau structure. Today I'd like to share with you a bit about the agriculture importance of the state of Florida, that it is the #2 economic driver of our economy, only behind tourism. And last year we quickly realized that in the time of a pandemic or any other type of natural disaster that prevents tourism to the state of Florida, agriculture quickly takes first place. So first and foremost, the ag industry in Florida, 47,000 farms support the food, fiber, and fuel, or produce the food, fiber, and fuel that you and I consume. 47,000, that's not a small number for the state of Florida. And those 47,000 farms make up 9 million acres. So if you think about it, if you live in a local neighborhood, you're probably on 1 to 5 acres of land. If you live on a local farm, you could be on 40 to a couple hundred acres of land. But that's pretty minuscule compared to 9 million acres in the state of Florida that is made up of green space that agriculture production is on. So you're probably thinking, okay, those are big numbers, but what about Levy County? So Levy County is definitely an economic driver for agriculture, and you may not know what's in your backyard. So everything from Cedar Key and Yankeetown area, where there is strong aquaculture production of clams and oysters. You also have peanuts, you have hay production, you have beef cattle, cow-calf operations, you have forestry production, you have blueberries, you have nursery and landscape production, pretty much across the board. Florida produces 300 plus commodities in our state. That's unheard of for a Midwest state. If you went to the Midwestern part of the United States, you're looking at corn, soybeans, and hogs. 3 commodities per state at most, where in Florida, or maybe California, we're producing hundreds of those types of commodities. So you should be very proud of the state that you're from and that we produce our own food, fiber, and fuel right here in our backyard. And you never will have to worry about your food supply, because I promise you, even in a pandemic, a farmer is getting up each and every day and going to work to put that food on your table. So next time you see one, it might behoove you to thank him or her for their diligence to this industry. My dad farmed and my husband now ranches, so I've been around it all my life, and so it's an intrinsic value of mine. It's been a passion of mine since birth. But how in the world did I figure out that I could work at Farm Bureau? I had this goal in mind. When I used to attend FFA conferences in the summer, we would attend leadership conferences. And of course, you always focus on goal setting, right? You've all heard of what a SMART goal is. And they would hand us these note cards and say, well, write down, what your ultimate career goal is. The only thing I could think of was that I wanted to work in agriculture, but I knew that my family's farm wasn't big enough for me to go back and make a career farming on my own. And so I wanted to somehow help my dad and other farmers like him. So I wrote on that note card, it sounds corny, during a summer leadership conference, that I wanted to be the voice of the farmer in the field. So those farmers who are on tractors day in and day out, in their pickup trucks, who do not have the time to advocate for themselves, for the farmer, or for this industry that they love and devote so much to, I wanted to take their place. I wanted to be that person who advocated for them vocally, attended, these regulatory meetings, attended DC and Tallahassee events to go and lobby and advocate on good pieces of legislation that they so need to stay in business. That's the person I wanted to be. I wanted to be their voice. How I was going to get there, didn't have a clue. But in 10th grade, I wrote that on a note card. And what's really ironic is that after graduating from the University of Florida, I was submitting resumes, different applications to agriculture-related jobs, thinking, it's been 6 months, I probably need to go back and get my master's. Give me some more time to land that dream career that I was hoping for. When one day I got a phone call from one of those relationships that I've talked about and how important those are, of building your relationships now, your network now. And that phone call was from my current boss, who said, hey, we have an opening, and I really think you should apply. You would be jam up for the job. And I was just in awe that he would have thought to call me. I've known this man most of my life, and to be honest, I've only known him because I was so involved during high school, met him that way. And so I thought, absolutely, that's my dream job. I would love to work at Farm Bureau. Oddly enough, Farm Bureau's mission statement is to be the voice of Florida agriculture. So who knew that as a 10th grader, when I wrote on a note card that I wanted to be the voice of the farmer in the field, that my first job out of college would be my dream job, to be the voice of those farmers in Florida. And so it came full circle for me pretty quickly. And I'm still grateful and blessed for that opportunity almost 9 years ago now. So the gentleman who gave me who made that phone call is now my current boss. And I tell you that story to tell you that no dream is too small. You know, you've got to start somewhere, and if that's your dream, you've got to keep it written down, number one, so that it's at your forefront. And number two, a lot of times you hear people say, it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. And I want to put a spin on that and tell you, it's not technically that. It's not technically who you know, it's who knows you. Because you can know a lot of people, right? You can name associate a lot of people and claim to know them, but unless they know you, it's not benefiting you at all. And so in order for them to know you, you have to start making a name for yourself. Working hard in high school now to bring name recognition to your face so that when they see you, they know of what you've accomplished. They know you're working hard in high school and that you're going to be a jam-up student when you get out, and they're going to be looking for your name to come across their desk one day. So just remember that. Yes, it's important who you know, but it's more important that they know who you are, that they know you. I've talked about hard work. Within hard work, it's important to stay humble. It's really important that you work hard and that you find what you're good at and you find your niche. And that's the only way that's going to lead to your passion. You figure out what that is, but in successes, you have to remain humble. I promise you it's a lot easier to win than it is to lose. And the thing is it's really hard to be a good loser. You know, it's really easy to take a win and smile and walk off, but you learn a whole lot more in losing than you do in winning. And you gain the respect of a lot more people in losing than winning, because those people are watching everything that you do. And seeing your reactions day in and day out. So be sure to stay humble. Always strive for excellence. Don't just strive for the bare minimum. You know, you've got to put your all in it, 100% effort every time, and strive for excellence in everything. Not just in a school assignment, not just in a project or an FFA contest or a band competition or a volleyball game. You've got to strive for excellence in every area of your life. It's really incredible what you can get done if you don't care who gets the credit. I say that because I have a staff of 4 people at Farm Bureau right now, and I don't consider myself, or I don't want to be looked upon as a boss. I want to be looked upon as a coach, because I want to be there to help them be the best that they can be. I want to put them in positions that they're going to excel so that they can expand upon their strengths. I know their strengths, that's why I hired them. I wanted my team to be diverse. I wanted to bring people in that had different strengths than my own so that we could as a whole be better. So it's really important that you don't care about the credit. You just care about doing the best you can do every day, and as long as you do that, success will come. Just don't care about the credit. It doesn't matter. You can be behind the scenes knowing that you worked hard to accomplish that. Relationships. I've said it, and this is one of the things that I'm probably known for, is I believe that relationships rule the world. The world is about people. People are the best thing that the world has to offer us, and you have to capitalize on those relationships. It's amazing that the people that you're in a classroom with today will be your colleagues in your career one day. You're probably thinking, there's no way. These people aren't going to go into agriculture. But you'd be surprised at how many tentacles agriculture has, how many areas of business that agriculture touches. I today work with 2 people I graduated college with who I didn't know a single bit when I started at the University of Florida, but we're great friends today. And who would have known that we would have all worked for Florida Farm Bureau? But relationships are like banks. You have to deposit before you can withdraw, right? In a checking account at a bank, there has to be money there for you to withdraw cash. Same thing in a relationships. You've got to devote some time to them to foster that relationship, to deposit some, so that one day when you need that person, you're then able to withdraw. That they know that you're there and you respect them and you're not just using them, but you truly have a bond, a mutually beneficial relationship. Connect with someone that has a job that you dream of, right? If you want to be a large animal veterinarian, I'm sure you know one or are familiar with one. You figure out a way to meet that person and then you emulate them. You figure out what they did to get where they are and you do everything possible to follow in their footsteps. You take that same pathway or a very similar one. You just find that person that you want to be and emulate it. Do that to a T. As an employer, when I'm interviewing someone, my mantra is, yes, I hire you on the hard skills, but I'm going to keep you because of your soft skills. So you're going to get your job because of the hard skills that you have, but you're going to keep your job because of the soft skills that you have. Everybody can interview with a degree. Yes, everybody can have that piece of paper. That's the bare minimum you have to have. But when you can come in and show me the above and beyond, the soft skills that you have, I can teach you anything else. I can teach you the hard stuff that you lack. In the industry, I can introduce you to the people, I can build your network. The soft skills, I don't have the time to teach those. And what those are and what I mean are being respectful, understanding your role. So when you're coming into a large corporation, as a 24-year-old kid, know your role, know your position, and know that you're probably not going to be the most vocal person at a board meeting. You're probably going to sit back and take that all in and really understand the corporation and how things work. Now, when you do have a point to make, you're respectful about it and mature about it and can present your position, but that's not something that you do on your first meeting. You show up on time, or more so, you show up early. You don't show up on time, because if you show up on time, you're already late. But you show up early, you're always overdressed. It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. And if you're ever concerned about what the dress code is, dress up, not down. I have a staff that I never have to worry. Never worry about them being on time. I never worry about them being dressed appropriately. And those are the things that as a director and employer that I don't have the time to worry about. I need you to present that to me. So the soft skills. So I've covered some of those, but I want you to remember that in anything that you do, expect nothing and appreciate everything. Because anything someone is doing for you is taking time out of their day, out of their personal life, that they could be devoting to their family, their friends, their village, right? But instead they're choosing to devote to you. So in everything, don't expect anything from them, but appreciate everything that they do for you, whether minuscule or huge. Truly appreciate the people who are in your corner. And I promise you, more people want you to succeed than you realize. I'll tell you, yes, this is a passion of mine, and I was fortunate enough to grow up on a farm and to know it from a young age, but you don't have to. If agriculture is an interest that you have, if you want to be a scientist and focus on agriculture, please, I'm begging you, we need you. We need people who did not grow up in this industry. We need a different perspective, because that different perspective helps us communicate to those people who don't truly understand our industry. We need each and every one of you to become involved in one aspect or the other of the agriculture industry, and don't think just because you didn't grow up in it, you can't do it. Absolutely not. You have the same opportunities afforded to you than any ag kid does. And in the word agriculture is the word culture. Yes, there is a culture within agriculture people, right? They're a tight-knit community. They're very close. They're very devoted to what they do. They're humble, they're kind, they're generous, they're devoted, they're hard workers. Yes, there's a culture there. And so that if you understand that culture and accept it and want to be a part of it, we would welcome you with open arms. So I don't want you to feel defeated today. If you are not from an agriculture family, if you didn't grow up on a farm, these opportunities are still awarded to you, and I commend you for even wanting to be in this industry, because I'm sure you're thinking it's just not for you if you didn't grow up on a farm, and I don't want you to think that today. I want to encourage you more so than anyone else to become involved. I focus on that culture a lot, and I tell my staff that all the time, that we have to be very cognizant of that culture when we're working and advocating for legislation agriculturally related. I can't finish without telling you that I am a 5th generation Levy Countyan. My family has been here over 5 generations. My children are the 6th generation on my side and the 7th generation on my husband's side. So Levy County is really important to us. And my husband Lent, daughters Savannah and Claire Vivian, and son Lash hopefully will grow up to be in this industry as well. They will attend Levy County schools and will hopefully be a student just like you, hearing from someone in the industry one day, encouraging them, just like I am encouraging you to join this industry and join the fight for the future of farming. And I will say that if I can ever be of assistance to you, do not hesitate to reach out. I know several people in the community, and if you ask around, I'm sure they can get in touch with me, and I'd love to share my story with you and to hear yours and how I can help you achieve your dream job one day. Thank you.